Hello everybody, this is Magnetar Prime with another Transformers video review, and this time I have the Big Buy Toy Store limited edition Seacons with Decepticon Piranacon. The Decepticon Piranacon Seacons gift set was released in 2010. This gift set was released as an exclusive for several online toy stores, Big Buy Toy Store in particular. Unlike the 1988 or 1999 version gift set, this set now includes all of the Seacons. The box is packaged in a similar way of the Hasbro Masterpiece style with a transparent display box. The set is packaged with Nautilator as the right leg and Skalor as the right arm, a combination also reflected in the new packaging art, box photo and instructions. However, the Piranacon collector card shows Skalor as the right leg and Nautilator as the right arm. Let's take a better look at the box. We have the limited edition Seacons, and right here we have where it says limited editions on bigbuytoystore.com. Then we can see the collector's card already in here, and right here where it says G1, it's very nice. On one side of the box we have a picture of every single figure. We have the Decepticon Snaptrap, Overbite, Decepticon Seawing, Decepticon Nautilator, Skalor, and Decepticon Tentakil. Now let's look at the back side of the box. And we can see where it says Decepticon Piranacon Limited Edition Seacons, and then the BIOS for it. And we also have a picture of every single figure in their combined mode, their robot mode, and their beast mode. Now let's look at the other side of the box, and we have a nice graphic design. And this is the front side of the box one more time. Also, in the Transformers Super God Master Force series, this character is actually known as King Poseidon, and some of the figures have different names. Now let's get this figure out of the package. And here we have the Seacons out of the box. I want to show you what came in the box. And I'm going to start with the chest plate for Piranacon. This is also the half of the shell for Snaptrap in his turtle mode. As you can see, it got some spikes and they can be moved down right here. And I'll show you this feature later. And as you can see, the stickers has been already applied. And next I got the feet for Piranacon, which are pink. As you can see, it's got 3 claws on each feet and a tap. They're very thin. Now let's set this aside. Next we have the fist for Piranacon, and as you can see, they do have some spikes on the sides, and this is made out of plastic. It looks like rubber, but it is plastic. And we see the hole for the connector right there, where he can hold any of the weapons or the sword for Piranacon. Now let's set this aside. We also get a nice set of collector's cards, and let me show you real quick. We get one for Piranacon. It also has a BIOS in the back. The graphic design is very nice. Let's set this aside. We got one for Overbite in his robot mode. Let's see the BIOS in the back side. Now let's set this one aside. We have one for Nautilator. Let's look at the back side. This is the one for Tentakil. Then we have one for Seawing right here, with a nice graphic design. This is the back side of the BIOS card, or the collector's card. Get one for Skalor. His BIOS. And we get one for the Decepticon leader of the Seacons, Snaptrap. So this is a very nice feature, and I really like the collector's card. The graphic design is very nice and the wires are really cool. Now let's get this out of the way and focus on the figures. And in the Japanese series, some of these figures have different names. For instance, Snaptrap's name is Turtler, Nautilator's name is Lobclaw, Seawing's name is Kraken, Skalor's name is Golf, and Tentakil also retained his name. Now let's talk about Snaptrap. He is the leader of the Seacons team. This figure comes with a blaster, an incendiary sword. He can also use half of the turtle's shell as a shield in his robot mode, which I will show you later. This figure transforms into a mechanical land turtle. A lever on his back makes the large cannon move back and forth. His large black rifle can be mounted on the rear half of the shell once he's transformed into his beast mode. In his beast mode, all of his four legs are articulated, so is his head, and he has an opening jaw. In his robot mode, he has a sword, a rifle, and the rear half of the turtle shell can be fitted on his shoulder as a shield, which I'm gonna show you right now. And this is half of the shell that is gonna be used as a shield. As you can see, there's two connectors over here, and you can just attach it or mount it right on his shoulder, right over here, and that will be his shield, which is a cool feature, you know. Now let's look at some of the details on Snaptrap. As you can see, this is a Generation 1 reissue figure. The details are very nice, the stickers are really nice too. As you can see, the Decepticon symbol right here has some flames coming to the sides, which is really cool. The eyes of these figures are yellow, and he has two mounted cannons on the back, which can be moved back and forth with this lever right here, as I previously mentioned before, which is a nice gimmick. I already have the shield attached to his shoulder, and this is the gun that comes with this figure, which is a very large rifle, as you can see. The flaming sword is made out of plastic, or a chrome plastic, which is very nice. There's more stickers on his legs. As far as articulation goes, he has no head articulation. He can move his arm 360 degrees. Just a little bit of an issue right there. He has elbow articulation, and his legs can move to the sides, and as you can see, that's all of the articulation we get for this figure. But still, just as a robot mode, or just in his robot mode, Snaptrap displays really nice. Now let's talk about Nautilator, also known as Lobclaw, which is this figure right over here. Let's move right in front or closer to the camera. Nautilator is described as a total train wreck of a soldier. He can hardly follow complicated instructions. He is so incompetent that his fellow Seacons prefer to relegate him into taking of the Targetmaster role when combining, since this means they don't have to mentally merge with him. They have discovered that when he does participate in the primary gesto, Piranacon is noticeably impaired. He transforms into a robot lobster. He also has a third Targetmaster mode, which is a heat-seeking torpedo cannon that I will show you later on. Now let me bring this figure closer to the camera. So as you can see in his robot mode, there's not many details other than the stickers going on this guy. He does comes with a little blaster or a rifle, which can be mounted in his once he transforms into his beast mode or his Targetmaster mode, which I will show you later on. Now let me show you this figure closer to the camera. As you can see, the stickers has been already applied, and this is the back side. Like I said, he transformed into a lobster monster, which is a very nice. Once he transforms into his beast mode, he looks very nice. In his robot mode, he doesn't really have that much articulation. His arms can rotate or can be moved up and down, and that's just about it. He doesn't have any waist articulation, or both of his legs are actually this block right here, which folds in for transformation purposes. You can see the legs of the lobster mode on the back side of the robot mode already, and so there's not much articulation on this guy, but he still is a very nice figure, you know. Now let's put his weapon on again, and his gun is actually called a triple crusher cannon, and as you can see, it's got 3 barrels on the front of the gun, which is a very nice feature. And I guess this will be his laser point, or his laser pointer, I guess. So now let's set this figure aside and let's focus on the next one. And next we have Overbite, also known as Overbite, the Japanese series. Let's bring him closer to the camera, right over here. Overbite is a relentless hunting machine. His name strikes fear into the processors of any seagoing Autobot. He enjoys taking time off hunting by sinking oil tankers and picking off the drowning humans for a sport. This figure transforms into a robotic shark, one with arms and legs. His jawbreaker cannon can be mounted underneath his shark mode head, and he also has a third Targetmaster mode, which is the jawbreaker cannon. And this is the jawbreaker cannon right over here. Let me show you closer. As you can see, his gun is all purplish. Now this is a small figure. All of the limbs of this team are small compared to the leader, of course. And as you can see, there's not many details on this figure other than the stickers. Again, the stickers look really nice. You know, they already come applied, unfortunately. And as far as articulation goes, this guy can actually rotate his arms 360 degrees, and he does have elbow articulation, which is very nice. His fists can move up and down just a little. Now his feet or his leg are both attached together, so there's not much he can really do about. And that's all for this guy in his robot mode. Now his beast mode, which is a shark monster, is very nice, and I will show you that later. And I will also show you his Targetmaster mode, which is very nice. Now let's put his gun on and set this guy aside, and let's talk about our next figure. And our next figure is gonna be Seawing, also known as Kraken in the Japanese series, which is this figure right over here. Let's move a little bit closer to the camera. Seawing is an expert phantom of the depth, a true terror in the darkness. Seawing transforms into a robotic manta ray monster. His venom lasers can be mounted under his wings. He has a third Targetmaster mode, which is a dual proton blaster. Once he combines, he usually is the left arm of Piranacon. Now let me bring Seawing closer to the camera. And as you can see, these are his venom lasers, which are really cool. Let me take off his hands real quick and show them to you. Which are very nice little lasers. Now this figure is very nice. The colors are really cool. As you can see, the stickers gives him a better appearance. I really like the Decepticon symbol in the middle. This is what he looks like from the back side, and these are his manta ray wings. As far as articulation goes, he can move his arms up and down, but I don't think he can go 360 degrees. He does have elbow articulation, or it's kind of like an elbow articulation, but it's actually his fist moving. And this is his leg, which I don't know if this counts as any kind of leg articulation, but it kind of gives the impression, I guess. Now let's put his guns on this guy. And this is a very nice figure. Now let me set him aside and let's focus on the next one. And our next figure is gonna be Skalor, also known as Golf. Let me bring him closer to the camera, like right over here. Skalor suffers from what humans will call a glandular problem. He stinks. Small amounts of odoriferous lubricants and liquid leak out throughout his joints and pollute the environment with his putrid stench. Skalor transformed into a prehistoric fish monster with arms and legs. He has two dual crustacean rifles that can be mounted on his fish mode back on opposed sides of his dorsal fin. He also has a third corrosive slime shooter Targetmaster mode. Let me bring this figure closer to the camera. And this is a very nice figure. I really like the colors, and the guns alone are very cool. The stickers are very nice also. Articulation of this figure unfortunately is not that great. It would just, his arms will rotate 360 degrees, and with some issue, as you can see, he does have elbow articulation, but that's just about it, you know. Now this figure has a third Targetmaster mode, which I will show you later. Now let's get Skalor out of the way. Now let's talk about Tentakil, and let me bring him closer to the camera. Tentakil's name in the Japanese series is also Tentakil, so he's the second Seacon that actually kept his name in the Japanese series. Tentakil might seem like a nice guy at first, but nobody should trust him. He comes with two slime laser rifles. Tentakil transforms into a robotic squid monster with two legs-like lower tentacles. His two slime laser rifles can be mounted on his beast mode. He also has a third 50,000 volt lightning rifle Targetmaster mode. Now let me bring Tentakil closer to the camera. As you can see, there's not a lot of details on this guy. I like the tentacles on the side. They look really cool. His guns are very nice as well. The stickers make this figure look better, definitely. This is what he looks like from the back side. Articulation is just like the previous figures, very limited. You can only move his arms up and down, that's just about it. He doesn't have any other kind of articulation. But again, this is a very nice figure anyway. Now let me set him aside. Now let's get these figures transformed into their beast mode. Let's start with Nautilator right here. Transformation is very simple. First thing I'm gonna remove his weapon, and then I'm gonna set him aside just like so, and I'm gonna flip this section down and we'll flip this in just like so, push it in just like that. Now his mouth, I'm gonna open it up, and as you can see, there is a port in here, and we want to connect his gun right in there. And this is his lobster robot mode, which is a very nice figure. I definitely like these figures better in their beast mode instead of the robot mode. I'm not gonna lie to you. The details on their beast mode is just so much better, you know. And if you display these guys in their beast mode alone, it looks great. Now let's transform Overbite. Let's transform this guy real quick. I'm gonna take down his weapon and I'm gonna position him like this, and I'm gonna fold this in and fold this down just like so, and I'm gonna make sure that this section clips in just like that. Now I'm gonna rotate down his legs and his fin. I'm gonna pull it up. I'll do the same on his other leg just like so, and his claws just like that. His mouth can be open and just a little bit, and this is what he looks like in his shark beast mode. Just a very nice transformation, and the beast mode looks really cool. As you can see, there's a hole right here and we can attach his weapon right in there. This one is a little bit loose, but on the instruction says that he can be displayed this way. I'm gonna set this aside. So in his beast mode, he definitely looks better. I really like this figure in his beast mode. It's like a prehistoric shark with legs, and you can open his mouth or close it. You can see some of his teeth, which is really cool. Again, if you prefer to display these figures in his beast mode, they definitely looks nice as well. So now let's set Overbite aside. I'll put this little weapon aside, and let's transform the next figure. Now let's transform Seawing. Let me bring him closer to the camera. First thing, we're gonna remove his weapons. Let's set them aside, just like so, and we're gonna straight up his arms, just like so. Now this section right here, we're gonna fold it all the way up, and his arms, or now what seems to be his legs at this point, we're gonna fold it up just like so, and this we're gonna rotate it up or rotate it around. We'll do the same on the other side, just like so. And we're gonna fold this down, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab his weapons and we're gonna attach him right on his wings, or right underneath his wings. Do the other one right over here. And this is Seawing Beast Mode, which is a robotic manta ray, and as you can see, the colors look really nice in this figure. We have the sticker designs for the Decepticon logo on both of the wings. As you can see, I attached both of his cannons underneath his wings, and this figure looks just really nice. And I'm gonna set him aside and I'm gonna transform the next guy. And the next guy is gonna be Skalor. Let me bring him here real quick. First, I'm gonna remove his weapons. I'm gonna fold his arms all the way up. I'm gonna push in his fist. Now his tail, I'm gonna move it all the way up. I'm gonna straight up his fin, and his fish head, I'm gonna rotate it and clip it in just like so. And he does have some kind of hands, as you can see. His mouth can be open just a little in his beast mode. Now this particular figure is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I just like this this design, or this beast mode, more than the other ones. His guns can be mounted right next to the fin right here. I'm gonna show you how to do it real quick. Touch him right there, and it is a mean looking transformer creature, and I really like it. Articulation in his beast mode is fairly nice. He can move his legs and he can rotate his knees. His arms can be moved up and down, and like I say, he can open or close his mouth, which is a nice feature. Now let's set this guy aside and transform the next member of the Seacons. Now let's get Tentakil transformed into his beast mode. First thing I will do is I will remove his weapons. I'm gonna set him aside. I'm gonna straight down his arms just like so. Now this section right here, I'm gonna fold it in and push it in as far as it goes. Now this section right here, I'm gonna fold it down. I'm gonna tap it in, and as you can see, we get Tentakil's beast mode, which is a robotic squid monster. And this transformer is a very weird looking transformer figure. I think it has to be one of the weirdest looking Transformers figures that I own. And he actually looks like one of the Pretenders Japanese series. Now as you can see, he does have a lot of details going on his face. You can see some stripes right here, the stickers on the top of the squid head right here. The tentacles are really nice. His legs are really cool. We got the Decepticon logo right here on the sticker. This is what he looks like from the back side. As far as articulation goes, he can move his tentacles back and forth just a little, and he can move his legs back and forth, and that's just about it. Another feature on this figure is that we can actually mount his weapons on the side of his head. As you can see, there is a hole in here, and I'm gonna mount his weapon right over here. I'm gonna push it all the way in, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Push it all the way in, make sure that it fits in. And now he has more firepower, as you can see. And this is a very nice figure, just like the other ones. Now I'm gonna set him aside. Each figure in this set, except for the leader Snap Trap, comes with a little stand for the Targetmaster mode. Let me show you real quick. This is one of the stands. Now this stand is actually made out of three different pieces. We have the stand right here, the support right here for the figure, it's got the connector right in there, and this middle part right there, it looks like a rifle. It can actually be used as a rifle if you can peg it in many different places, but I guess its main purpose is just to be the stand, I guess. So now that we put this stand together, I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you the Targetmaster mode of all of these figures. And I'm gonna start with Overbite. Let me transform him into his Targetmaster mode real quick. I'm gonna open this up and rotate this down just like so. His leg, we're gonna move it to the back and fold this section just like so. We'll do the same thing on the other leg. Fold this in just like so. At this point, what we're gonna do is this section right here, which is the head or the robot head, also the connector, we're gonna flip it down, and we're gonna grab the gun and we're gonna attach it right in front of it. Now we're gonna attach this connector right here into the stand for the weapon, and make sure that goes all the way in. And this is Overbite's Targetmaster mode. And let me show you real quick, closer to the camera. And like I say, each figure, except for the leader Snaptrap, can transform into a Targetmaster mode, which is a very nice feature, because these they can rotate, you know, like they cannot just have to be the arm or the leg of a Piranacon. They can actually become a Targetmaster, and to make it even better, they gave us a stand, which we can display just like so. And the next figure is gonna be Nautilator. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove his gun real quick, and this section I'm gonna pull it down, and I'm gonna flip it just like so. I'm gonna push it back in. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this section, or his mouth, and I will attach his weapon right on front, just like so. Now the connector part is right here. I'm gonna fold it down and push it in. Now I'm gonna bring the stand for this Targetmaster mode. And here we have Nautilator in his Targetmaster mode, which is a really nice feature. I really like this gun mode. Now I'm gonna set him aside. And let's transform the next figure. Let me transform Tentakil into his Targetmaster mode. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove his weapons real quick. I'm gonna pull this section up, all the way up. I'm gonna rotate it just like so. And this connector section, I'm gonna pull it down, move down his legs just like so. Now his guns, as you can see, they can be attached just like that, and I'm gonna connect it right over here. I'm gonna rotate this around, and let me bring another stand for this figure, which is right over here. I'm gonna plug it in just like so. And this is Tentakil's Targetmaster mode, which is a very nice master mode weapon. Now let me set this one aside. Now the next one is gonna be Skalor. First thing I'm gonna do is I will remove his weapons, and I'm gonna peg them together just like so. And I'm gonna set this aside real quick. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move his legs to the side just like so, and I'm gonna fold this up. I'm gonna rotate down the connector. I'm gonna open this up and move it to the sides. Now I'm gonna fold this down again, and I will attach the weapon right over here. So right after I mounted his weapon right on his fish mouth, what I did is I attached the Targetmaster weapon right into the stand right here. And as you can see, it is a very nice piece. It's a very nice figure. Now I'm gonna set him aside, and we're gonna focus on the next figure. Now I'm gonna show you Seawing's Targetmaster mode transformation. Let me bring him closer to the camera. I will remove his weapons, and I'm gonna peg them together. Just push forward and push them together just like so. I'm gonna set this aside now. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna fold his wings all the way up, and I'm gonna grab the connector right here, and I'm gonna move it down, or try to get it out of the chest compartment just like so. This section right here, his face, I'm gonna move it all the way up, move it all the way on front, and I will rotate it around just like so. We'll do the same thing on the other side, just like so. And I'm gonna lower down his legs. Now I will grab this weapon right here. I'm gonna attach it right in front of it, and I will find the connector, and I'm gonna mount it right on the base or the stand for the weapon. And this is the other Targetmaster mode for Seawing. Forget to mention that we have to lower this section down right over here for a better look, or at least that's what the instructions say. So now I'm gonna put this guy aside. Now just to show you real quick, so Snaptrap can get behind this, and he can create himself a battle station, which is a very nice feature. And here I have Snaptrap standing next to Soundwave. And now I'm gonna bring one of my Botcom exclusive, one of the Transformers Rainmakers. So as you can see, once the Seacons are transforming to the Targetmaster mode, they can be operated by other Decepticons as well. Now let me get these guys out of the way. Now it's time to get Snaptrap transformed into his Beast mode. First thing, I'm gonna remove his sword and his laser. I will also remove his shield from his shoulder. I'm gonna set this aside. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate this in. I will do the same thing over here. I'm gonna fold this head section all the way up, and as you can see, the turtle head of this figure looks very mean. Now I'm gonna move these to the sides, just like so. His legs, I'm gonna fold them all the way up, just like so. And this section right here, I'm gonna flip it down, which are his turtle legs, and I'm gonna rotate this down. Same over here. Now I'm gonna set this guy aside just for now. Now these two connectors right here, I'm gonna fold them in just like so, and I'm gonna peg it right in here, just like so. And this is Snaptrap's Beast mode. As you can see, it's a very nice Beast mode. His turtle mode is very mean, or it looks very mean. I like all of the details. As you can see, it's got some bands right here. All of the stickers are really nice on the sides. This is the backside view, and it does have a lot of stickers going on his shell, which is a very nice feature. We have this lever right here. We can move it to the sides, which will make these two mounted cannons move back and forth, which is a very nice gimmick. Articulation, his legs are articulated. He has like a knee articulation right here on this one, on the back, just a little. Now let's set this guy aside. And now that you've finally seen the Targetmaster mode of these figures, it's time to get them all combined into the powerful Piranacon, also known as King Poseidon. And I'm gonna start with Nautilator. I'm gonna get him off the stand real quick. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna remove his weapon, and I'm gonna remove his claws, his gigantic robotic claw right here. Now I'm gonna fold this section, this connector, I'm gonna fold it in. Okay, and I'm gonna fold this down, and I'm gonna fold in his legs just like so. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is, you see the hole right in here, I'm gonna peg right into the leg, or right into the feet, and this is one of the legs of Piranacon. Now let's set this leg aside. And now let's go with Tentakil, which is the other leg. So I'm gonna get him off the stand real quick. Fold this in. I'm gonna remove his two weapons. I'll set this aside. Now I'm gonna fold this in just like so. I'm gonna fold this down. I'm gonna fold in his tentacles toward his back just a little, and I will do the same thing with his feet. I'm gonna touch it right in there. And we have another feet for Piranacon, or another leg for Piranacon. Let's set it aside. Now let's go with Skalor. Just like the other ones, I'm gonna remove him off the stand. I'm gonna remove this real quick. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold these around just like so, and I'm gonna remove these guns and these his hands. I'm gonna fold them back in, and now right here I'm gonna attach the fist of Piranacon, and here's his arm, just like so. Now we're gonna set this one aside, and let's focus on the other arm. That's gonna be Seawing. Let me remove him off the stand real quick. Set this aside. I'm gonna remove his guns, set him aside, and I'm already gonna insert the fist here real quick. Rotate this down, and I'm gonna fold it down just like so. And this is the other arm. That was simple. Now let's put this aside. As far as Overbite goes, we're gonna keep him as the Targetmaster and the weapon of Piranacon. So I'm gonna keep him aside just like this for now. Now let's go with the Seacon leader, Snaptrap. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove half of his shell. I'm gonna set this aside, and his legs, or his beast legs, I'm gonna fold it toward his back. I'm gonna fold them up just like so. I'll do the same with the other one. I'm gonna leave it just like that. His legs, I'm gonna fold them down. We'll do the same one with the other one. His arms go down. Never mind, we're just gonna leave it this way, just like that. And this section right here, we're gonna fold it down toward his chest. Now here, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this guy aside for a second, is with the chest plate right here, these spikes right here, we're gonna move it, we're gonna push it all the way up, and on the back side, there's two connectors right here, we're gonna fold them out, and we're just gonna push this in right into the chest, and it will attach there. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the head sculpt, and I'm gonna attach it right on top of the Snaptrap's head. And finally, here we have Piranacon in his combined mode. And as you can see, this BigByToyStore.com exclusive looks very impressive. The colors are so accurate, and this figure looks amazing. This is a straight out reissue of the Generation 1 figure, Piranacon. I'm gonna bring him closer to the camera and show you some of the details of this amazing figure. And once this is in his combined mode, this figure just looks fantastic. I definitely like all of the colors. They're very G1 accurate to the show, Super God Master Force. That's a Japanese series, and this guy was actually known as King Poseidon. Let me see, his flaming sword is just amazing. I really like it. I like all of the chrome details in here. The head sculpt looks very nice. Another thing that I like about this figure is that they have the option to become the Targetmaster for Piranacon, or they cannot necessarily have to be always an arm, because they could rotate. They could be the left or right arm, or the left or right leg as well. As far as articulation goes, This being a Generation 1 reissue, there's not much articulation going on with this guy, other than he can move his arms up and down, and his legs can probably be moved to the sides, but that's just about it, and we don't get many articulation at all. This is what he looks like from the back side view, and from the other side. I really like this figure. This is one of my favorite G1 reissued figures that I own. And for a quick size comparison, I'm gonna bring some other Generation 1 figures. If you like collecting Generation 1 figures or reissues, you definitely wanna get Piranacon on your display shelf. Now I'm gonna get these figures out of the way. We have a few different variations of this figure. We have the Generation 1 Piranacon, which is the Seacons gift set released in 1988. In this set, they only included Snaptrap, Seawing, Skalor, and Tentakil. Nautilator is not included. We also have God Neptune, which is a multi-pack released in 1998. This is a straight repaint of the Generation 1 Piranacon. This set features white, green, goldish and copperish colors. God Neptune is Piranacon's new form in the Beast Wars Shattered Glass storyline. Then we have the 2008 Timelines Piranacon, which is a purple, blue and golden figure. The figure was available exclusively as a Transformers Collectors Club exclusive gift set, containing all 6 Seacons in new color scheme. And then we have this one in front of you, the 2010 Big Buy Toy Store exclusive figure, Decepticon Piranacon. So, in conclusion, if you collect Transformers Generation 1 figures or Transformers Generation 1 reissues, right now he is still available in some online stores. And with that, I conclude this Transformer video review of the Big Buy Toy Store exclusive Piranacon set. And if you like my video review, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Magnetar Prime, or visit my Facebook page, Magnetar Prime Reviews. Thank you for watching. Until next time.